Hey, what's up, everyone? I am here to share an embarrassing story with you. Here it goes. Um, I went to a local knife dealer yesterday, and I purchased a Spyderco Para Military 3. And here's the embarrassing part. This is my first Spyderco, and I'm ashamed of that. I knew Spyderco made high quality knives, at least most of them anyway. But I just never got around to getting one, and I am very, very sorry that I did not get one earlier. And I'm hoping to rectify that situation, maybe getting another one down the road. It is really cool. So I spent most of my night last night just kind of breaking it in, perfecting the Spidey flick, and just kind of working it open and closed, and it broke in, in quotes, let's just say, pretty quickly. Pretty satisfied with it, and the speed of breaking in. Just had to put a tiny bit of oil just to help it along. But I am very, very happy with this. So I know this is going to sound stupid to some people, but I'm just going to go over a few basics of this knife. I know the 2 has been around probably for at least 5 or 6 years. And it's probably no news to people who have Spydercos. A lot of you probably have them. But for those of us who aren't as familiar with them, or haven't taken the jump yet, buy one. So just a few basics. Let's put it on the mat here. Let's see. So we are looking at, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a little, almost 7 inches long. Oh, let me move this over here, actually. Okay. So a little over 7 inches, maybe about 7¼ inches long. The blade length is just about, I believe it was 2.9, and you're seeing that right here. We have 3 inches right there, mark, and you can tell it kind of pokes in just a little bit over there. And the sharpened blade length is a little bit less, maybe about 2.7 inches. So we got about 2.9 inches of blade length, blade length, and like maybe 2.75 inches of sharpened blade length. Pretty cool. The handle, let's do it right from here. Let's see, we have about 4¼ inches, which is a pretty nice grip. I've got above average hands, so I basically have a full grip right here. So my whole pinky's on there, and I just got a little bit of room there. So let's call that a full grip. Particularly comfortable if I choke up on it just a bit. And I really like the fact that you can choke up, and how this blade is cut into the handle a little bit, so it'll cradle your finger nicely. And then we have that jimping on the metal blade, steel blade. And then I really like this thumb ramp in here. And then, as you can tell, there you go. You got jimping in here, then you got jimping on the lock inside, so pretty cool. We have the compression lock, which is working nicely. Very, very nicely. No complaints there. Very flickable after less than a day. The clip, I have this kind of the plain clip, not the wire clip. I've heard people say they like the wire clip better. This one, it seems pretty good. I have any complaints about it. I was wearing it out today, and no complaints at all. And the other thing that's nice is I'm leaving this clip right here. Okay, so this way it's right hand tip up carry. I'm happy with that. But what I also like is, for those of you who might not like it too much, you can pop the clip here, or here. So that's pretty cool. And of course, we got the lanyard hole if you want, which is pretty nice. This particular model, I don't know if you can see there, but it says right there, Spyderco CPM S45VN. I had called up the knife dealer. I had asked him if he had any Spyderco Para Military 3s, and he told me, I thought he told me he had 4 models. He told me the 4 models on the phone, I thought, and he told me the prices. So I went there wondering if I should get the lightweight, which he was charging $100 for. I thought that was a really fair price. or this particular version, which he was charging $145 for, which is a very fair price. Both of those prices were below Amazon prices. So not only did I save a few bucks over Amazon, I saved the sales tax on the difference, which was nice, 7% in my state. And I gave money to I transacted business with a local business and a local businessman rather than Amazon, because I'd rather give this guy money than Jeff Bezos. Nothing against Jeff Bezos, but, I'd just rather give it to the guy. It's 15 minutes from my house. So the lightweight one I was leaning towards, but then before I went in the store, I noticed it has some blade steel I never heard of. I believe it was CTS something. That might not be the actual name, but CTS something. And then I'd never heard of that. Now, I'm no steel, genius or anything. So I looked it up, and basically what I'm finding is that the CTS steel is roughly equivalent to stainless steel, like 440C. And I got to tell you, it kind of sounded ridiculous to me to spend $100 on a knife that kind of had a low quality steel, because that's what it seemed like. It seemed like a low quality steel. Well, this one, S45VN, this is a pretty good steel. And then he let me hold, he said, yeah, hold these in your hands and see what you think. These G10 scales, much nicer. I know some people like to have the lower weight, and I can appreciate why some people would want the lower weight, and it certainly has its purpose. I'm not going to knock that, but for me, I tend to like this because it seems like it's a tiny bit wider. Maybe, may not be. Be a good time to bring the caliper in, wouldn't it? Let's see, right here, 0.43 inches. Right there. Let's just try it back here too. It'll probably be the same thing, 0.43 inches. And then we'll try that blade stock right here, 0.14, which is another thing I liked. I knew it looked a little thicker than your typical 0.11 or 0.12. And then I just kind of love that gradual taper down to the point. Some of them don't really have that gradual a taper. If you really look at it that way, it's just really cool. I didn't like that lightweight of the lightweight. I don't like the FRN scale, so I was thinking, if the only difference was the scales, then I would just buy the lightweight version, so that's kind of what made it lightweight, and then I would just swap out the scales at some point. But when I saw that the steel was so different, and that these G10 scales, they're not my favorite scales, but I thought they were far superior to the FRN scales. I just had to go with this. It just seemed like that $45 for much better scales and much better steel was well worth it. Actually, if it was just the scale, if it was just the steel, I would have made the decision and I would have gone with this version. But then you throw the G10 scales in, and it's really like a no-brainer. Like I said, these scales, they wouldn't be my, it's not like my favorite scales. They're really nothing special, but they're really nice, solid, durable scales, which I appreciate. Those FRN scales, I hate them. I really hate the FRN scales. And when I see it's FRN, fiber reinforced nylon. To me, they're plastic. I know they're probably not regular plastic. They probably do something special to them, but to me, they're plastic, and I just don't like the feel of them. I just hate the feel of those scales. This feels much better to me, and like I said, in the hand, feels really nice in the hand. I really like this quite a bit. And then, like I said, it broke in kind of easy. Almost falling shut every time. Not quite. Whoops. I still have to get the flick down. See, I got the flick down that time. And there we go. Almost. So, like I said, $145. I think I got a good deal, because if you go to Amazon or some of the other knife retailers online, it's quite a bit higher than that. I consider $10 or $15 quite a bit higher, because at that point you're talking about 10 or 12, 13% on the price. So yeah, it's quite a bit higher to me. So now I think I might have started a Spyderco addiction. That's not good. I don't make that much money. I can't have a Spyderco addiction. But just wanted to share that with you. I know that most of you, or at least a lot of you, probably already have Spydercos, and you're probably thinking, where the heck is this guy? But, for a while, I've kind of gone into like different areas of buying and collecting. Like for a while, I was really, really into traditional folding knives. So I was buying a lot of Stockman, Trappers, Barlows, those kind of things. Then I got into automatic knives, including OTFs. Then for a while before that, I was buying a lot of fixed blades. So I'm kind of like gravitating towards different things. And, I just saw this. I'm like, you know what? I really, really like this. I want to get one. And it's weird because a few years ago, this didn't appeal to me at all. I used to see, as a matter of fact, they used to carry a lot of these at Walmart. And when I was at Walmart, I used to see them. I'm like, I don't want those knives. It didn't appeal to me at all. And now I'm kind of sorry I didn't get them, because I could have gotten them probably a lot cheaper at Walmart, because it's Walmart. And it was like 3 or 4 or 5 years ago. Now I don't see them in Walmart anymore. Not sure why. I'm thinking maybe the price point had something to do with it, because typically when you go to Walmart, as you probably know, you're seeing a lot of blades that have, I think it's the 8CR MOV 13 and the Aussate steel and the stainless and the 440C. So you're seeing a lot of like lower quality steels. I'm thinking that might have something to do with it, whereas the lower quality steels and other materials are the lower price point. Whereas with Spyderco putting these things in, like, if you like knives a lot, then you can rationalize, I'm going to pay an extra $45 to get the better steel and the better material. Whereas 5 years ago, I wouldn't have appreciated this. I would have, if I really wanted the Spyderco, I would have just said, okay, I'll take the crappy FRN handle scales, and I don't care about the steel. That's not a big deal. Well, now it kind of is a big deal to me, because I know that it'll have much better edge retention, and it's just like a better quality. So the other cool thing about the dealer too is that he showed me these two, and then he said another one. He said, "Oh yeah, this is like a limited edition one." And he just kind of kept it aside. So I asked him. I said, "Now about that limited edition one," and I was asking him, and he said, "Well, it's a nice knife." He says, "If you're going to make it a piece of your collection," he said, "it's nice to have in a collection." He said, "But if you're going to use it as a daily user," he said, "I'd probably opt for this one." So I also appreciate the fact that he wasn't just trying to sell me the most expensive thing he had. He was kind of trying to meet my needs. So definitely shout out to that guy. He was a very on the level, knowledgeable guy. Hopefully we all have someone who is as knowledgeable and honest, and may I also say well stocked. The guy is a Benchmade dealer, Spyderco dealer, and Chris Reeve. Pretty cool. Okay, so I will be going for now, and I'll probably be back very soon with another knife video. You have a good one.